So you're moving to Palo Alto, one of the Silicon Valley cities here in the Bay Area. You are excited. You're probably here for one of the jobs at the tech companies or attend a higher education here in the Bay Area, or just here for a new adventure. You are a little stressed out. You don't know where to begin. I'm going to provide you 8 steps on how to make your move to Silicon Valley easier. Okay, number 1, watch some of the videos I've created on the peninsula cities. And basically, the peninsula is anywhere from Palo Alto to South San Francisco. There are many wonderful cities in between. I've done a highlight on many of the cities. So make sure you go through those videos to get a feel of the neighborhoods. Even though those cities may be close together, they are all very unique in their different ways. So watch those videos to make sure you get a good idea of what every city can offer. Number 2, get a feel of the cost of living here. Many of you who are watching these videos are thinking about moving here from other parts of the country. You are probably going to be in for a sticker shock if you haven't already experienced one yet. It is more expensive to live here. I did a video on the cost of living in Palo Alto versus the rest of the country. So watch the video right here for more details. So number 3, if you are here for a long-term employment, you might be thinking, should I buy a home? Should I rent a home? I would say come here, get to know the neighborhood first, watch all my videos about different neighborhoods, and maybe live in a short-term rental for a couple months and decide where you want to live. Home prices here are more expensive than the rest of the country. However, homes tend to appreciate if you hold it for a long period of time. We are at the point where home prices are not fluctuating, are not spiking at a fast rate. So you do have some time to explore your options, decide on which neighborhood you want to live in, get pre-qualified first. I would say don't wait too long on buying a home, because many of my clients, after 2-3 years, they have paid a higher price as a result of waited for many years to buy a home. So if you're thinking about investing in real estate and buying in real estate, definitely take some time to get to know your neighborhood, but just be prepared that homes are usually well positioned for long-term appreciation here in the Bay Area. Number 4, if you are selling a property out of state to buy something here, I would recommend that you sit down with an experienced real estate agent. I happen to be one. I work here in the Silicon Valley Peninsula market for the last 15 years. I'm very familiar with the neighborhoods and home buying and selling process. Love to sit down with you and then just kind of make sure you give yourself some time to figure the selling and the buying of a home and there might be temporary housing that needs to be arranged, and love to sit down and figure that out with you. Number 5, I'm going to give you some moving tips, which I've accumulated from my own experience, having moved a couple times over the last few years. Create a parts box. And what a parts box is that as we take down furniture, all the screws, all the tools, it's easier to go into the parts box, because when you move to a new place, you want to be able to easily find the parts to assemble your furniture. So that's the one tip that I want to leave you with. The other tip is that create a separate box for everyday supply, toilet paper, cleaning supplies, things of that nature, tools, things that you last use and then will be the first thing you use when you move to your new place. So make sure you have a parts box and make sure all your supplies are in a box that are easily accessible. Okay, number 6, plan your move early. Probably want to start finding movers, start comparing quotes. Pots.com provides great solutions on storage units that they could drop off at your front driveway and have you loaded up and then move to your new location for you. So you might have to check that out. 2 very good apps on the phone that allow you to find movers or handyman type of talents. One is called Thumbtacks. The other one is called TaskRabbit. Those 2 apps, I found movers, I found handymans, I found plumbers on those 2 apps, which are kind of gig workers, local gig workers that are reviewed and screened. If you're not sure where to find help, try to look for professionals in one of those 2 apps. Make sure you schedule your utility switch off and switch on in the new location. Most of the utility companies accept a reservation in advance. If you know your move date, just go ahead and have those switch off dates on the schedule. We're talking about gas and electric. We're talking about water, sewer, and garbage. We're talking about internet and phone services. Make sure you call those utility companies, have the schedule switch off dates on the calendar. That way you don't have to worry about it. And once you move out, you are no longer responsible for your utility bills. And do the same thing on the location you're moving into. So when you move in, there's already running water. Hopefully the internet will already be switched on. You just need to self-install the router. You can hit the ground running right away as soon as you move in. Number 8, which I have seen in many of my clients who move to the Bay Area from out of states, that most likely you will have to downsize when you move to the Bay Area. Homes are more expensive, spaces are a little bit more limited, so you are likely to have to purge some of your belongings as a result of moving to the Bay Area. A good place to start is to separate a pile of items that you want to donate. Places like Salvation Army, Goodwill are good places to drop off those items. I've also seen people post on Facebook groups like Buy Nothing Group. There are several local Buy Nothing groups that you could probably find on Facebook, and you just have to post the items that you no longer want for people to pick up, sometimes for free, sometimes for a small fee. Obviously, Facebook Marketplace is a good place to sell your items. The other places to kind of unload unwanted items is next door. I have seen people post all kinds of household appliances, furnishing, sometimes clothes, sometimes even like unused appliances, kitchen gadgets on next door for the neighbors to pick up. So those are the good places to start posting items that you no longer need and no longer want and will not bring to your new location. Now you have gotten my top tips on moving to Palo Alto and Silicon Valley. Watch this video here on the pros and cons of living in Palo Alto.